Hello, hello. All right, today we're going to talk about the paper pencil journal and something that really was a great question that came up in the HSM Academy. It was basically, I think I'm gaming the system, Heather. I might be giving myself too many stars and not enough highlights, and I don't want my lower brain to be gaming the system here. What should I do? And I think this is really important. This question is super important, and here's why. You really can't game the system. The whole point of the paper pencil journal is not about acquiring stars and or acquiring highlights or any of that kind of stuff. It is a self-coaching tool. The reason I use this with my one-on-one coaching clients is because I can better see their eating behaviors and help them modify those over time using this tool, okay? And honestly, it's in my opinion, it would be awesome if I could coach each and every one of you, because I would teach you how to use it more effectively for yourself. But all the information I share in the Academy, all the information I share here on YouTube with the paper pencil journal, I'm trying to give you as much general advice that would be helpful, but realize you're going to have to curtail this to really fit you, okay? So here's the thing. If you never lose the mindset that is the whole point of the paper pencil journal is to better understand my eating behaviors, to acknowledge positive changes, and notice things that are being eaten that are not planned or not on the left side of my paper. It is a way to better understand what's happening and what adjustments I need to make, okay? So every single week, or at least every 2 weeks, you should be reflecting. If you're not reflecting, then it's just about stars and highlights. You've got to take the time out to reflect and say, what's been going on this last 2 weeks? Number one, am I moving forward on my goal? So say your goal was weight loss. Has your weight trended down the last 2 weeks? If the answer is no, somewhere in that paper pencil journal is the key to things you need to change, okay? If your weight is trending down and all seemingly is going well, then maybe there's not a whole lot you need to modify, right? Or if your weight's going up, you might be like, uh-oh, something's going on here. Let me go through and find. So then what you would start to do is say, okay, am I planning all my meals? Am I eating the meals I'm planning? Am I overdoing it on the treats and the snacks? Am I noticing that sometime during the day, maybe I'm more impulsively eating or eating more off plan? What are things that are happening here that I can start to make improvements on? Now, if you look at the breakdown of the paper pencil journal videos, there's ones that I talk about how to fix the left side. Once you've identified a problem area, A, you're not really eating meals you're planning, which means you need to plan better. B, you're eating things like you're having a binge, or you're grazing at night, or you're impulsive eating. Anytime you reflect on 1 to 2 weeks of your journals and you're seeing a problem emerge, that problem immediately needs to go to the left side as a planned event. That's where this magic happens. It's not by just doing the same thing, making the same plan, checks and highlights. It's not that. It's, wow, the last 3 nights I have raided the pantry and eaten 500 calories in unplanned snacks. Interesting. Okay, I'm now going to go to the left side of my journal starting today and plan that 500 calories worth of snacks and call it unplanned evening snacks. And if I do eat it, I get a check mark, but if I choose not to eat it, I get a star. Because what I'm trying to do is acknowledge, become aware that this is a reoccurring problem. And number two, instead of going at it the same way every single day where I don't write it and I say, today's the day I'm going to be strong, today's the day I'm not going to do this behavior, I'm not going to binge, I'm not going to do this, I'm actually going to accept the fact it probably will happen. I'm going to put it on the left, I'm going to call it out. I'm going to go ahead and incentivize myself to maybe think about it differently at night, and I'm not going to use as much willpower and fight at night to avoid doing it, because I've already owned the fact that I'm probably going to do it. It's a total mindset shift. Your mind just kind of clicks over when you start to put problematic eating on the left, okay? So I just want to encourage you, please don't lose sight of this purpose of this tool. This tool isn't about just being gamified. It's really about being self-aware. It's really about reflection on behavior. It's really about identifying things without judgment that need to be worked on and making a plan to actually work on them. Like actually have something written out on the left that indicates you're acknowledging the behavior, you're making a plan for that behavior, and now you're going to be working on improving that behavior, right? That's the whole point. If you don't lose sight of that, you can earn as many stars as you want. Honestly, that's usually never the problem. Most people struggle with that the most, but that really isn't the issue. And I just want to encourage you, remind yourself, I'm doing this to learn. I'm doing this to grow. I'm doing this to be self-aware. I'm doing this to improve behaviors, not to earn stars and not to worry about highlights as if they're a problem. All right, guys, I hope this video helps. I will be back and talking to you soon.